And welcome back to 23 ABC. Rising mortgage rates and home prices are putting home ownership out of reach for many. For others, rent increases are putting affordable housing out of reach. Inflation is only adding to the problem as food, gas, and other basic necessities keep getting more expensive. CNN's Omar Jimenez reports on how Americans are struggling to balance it all while still trying to pay rent.
Is your room clean?
For millions of Americans, paying rent means a balancing act.
Yeah, I pay it every month. I don't pay it on time. I pay it when I get it.
Erlene Braggs and her 2 kids have been in this Chicago apartment for a little more than 3 years. She says she's making more money than she ever has, but it doesn't feel like it.
It basically seems like those little stimulus checks that they gave us, they basically collecting it all back. Sometimes I have to not do one thing or not pay something in the full amount just to make sure something else is covered and then catch back up on that the next round.
She's not alone either. Across the United States, inflation is at its highest levels in 4 decades as rents have hit record highs this year and mortgages have seen week-to-week increases not seen since the 80s. According to a new report from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, more than 10 million renters say they're not caught up on rent as of March, the highest proportion in Black communities, where it's over 1 in 5 renters. Down from peak pandemic levels, but still higher than all other racial demographics, and as federal rental aid stemming from the pandemic begins to run out, it could get worse.
I don't even know how people are surviving in some situations. The inflation has constantly been going up. That hasn't stopped. And this year we've seen it really hit the sky, but wages have not went up with those.
Which means it's not just rent. Marielle Vaughn took public transport almost 15 miles just to get free food.
It's crazy. Everything is up high. You got to make a decision whether or not you're going to pay your rent or go buy some food.
Rents rising, plus added costs from inflation, for many have disrupted what were hard-earned solutions from a pandemic.
Seeing the impact that has had on people who we have helped stabilize. It has been a challenge to have to shift that again, right? Your food cost is up, how do we rebudget that? That has been the biggest challenge, in addition to the volume, the increase in volume we've seen in the last few weeks.
This is my room.
For many families, the challenge comes from keeping up.
I want to cry. To fill my tank up is $80. When I first bought my truck, a fill up was $43. Everything is going straight to bills, and like everything is a bills. I mean, I just feel like I be robbing Peter to pay Paul, you know.
And for Braggs, making ends meet is as much about her audience as it is a payment on the first of the month.
Just striving day to day to make sure that they find, let them see how hard they mom work so that they can know that when they get older, you know that, hey, this wasn't no joke. My mom did this all by herself because it's just me and them.
Omar Jimenez, CNN, Chicago.